Good evening, everybody, and welcome here on the Buckeye Racing Network. I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me in the booth, as always, is Tim Henderson. Tim, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. We are ready for another action-packed night of racing with the A to Z Veterans Woodworking 360 Sprint Cars are going to do battle tonight for 30 laps around Fairbury American Legion Speedway. As you see some of the practice times on the left-hand side of the screen, Cole DeWeese, only driver in sub-11 second bracket at a 10.97. Matt Grimm at 11.01. See Vaughn there at 11.12. Drivers meeting is underway right now, and we are going to roll into qualifying here shortly. If you're tuning in with us here on the Buckeye Racing Network, let us know who you're rooting for tonight, who you think's got the win, who's going to win potentially. And on behalf of us here on the Buckeye Racing Network and for Reigel Promotions Esports, we would want to thank you for tuning in. And also, another side note on that, if you need or want to know any further information about Reigel Promotions Esports, you can always check out their website, www.regelpromotions.com/regelpromotions-e-sports, and also on Facebook, and that's going to be under Reigel Promotions Esports. Just about a minute left here. Qualifying will be underway just shortly. This is going to be round number 8 so far. Already getting into the 8th race, Tim, and we've had some really exciting ones up to this point.
Yeah, this one's gonna be even more exciting. I feel like it's just got that feeling.
I completely agree with you. You see some drivers just coming out, testing the waters, maybe gearing up here for their qualifying effort. 13 cars have taken a time, and I think that may be all we have tonight. Potentially one or two more if they trickle in here in the closing seconds, but that may be it. But again, big shout out to A to Z Veterans Woodworking. You know, they are the division sponsor here with these 360 Sprint cars. They are based in Clarksville, Tennessee, and A to Z Veterans Woodworking helps people enjoy a special piece of art they helped create. You can check them out on Facebook for any of your woodworking needs. All right, let's roll right now into qualifying here. These drivers are going to go out, take a couple laps. Let's see one of the first ones out on the racetrack. That's going to be Cole DeWeese in that number 2 machine. Tonight's qualifying is presented by Victory Fuel. Victory Fuel is the presenting sponsor tonight. As with every night, Victory Fuel has no caffeine, contains low sugar, and is loaded with vitamins to support overall health, as well as keeping you hydrated and energized. Use the code RPE-sports-victory today to receive a 10% discount at checkout on www.drinkvictory.com. Cole DeWeese came around. Lap number 1 there was an 11:47 for Cole. Caden Berry just went to the top of the timing chart at 11:40. And I think he's going to call it quits there on that lap at an 11:40. Paul Heward just came around at 11:44. Looks like Kyle Vaughn is just getting underway here for his first lap. James Rooney also on the racetrack as well. Lap number 1 complete for Kyle. Ooh, banged the wall again. I'm not sure this lap will count either. And I don't think it counted his first one because he made wall contact. So unfortunate there for Kyle. James Rooney out there. He turned a 12:29, good for 13th of 14. Austin Motley looks like potentially the last car to hit the racetrack for a qualifying time. Oh no, in the wall, so that's not going to count there for Austin either. Ty Williams was able to run an 11:75. That's good for 11th quick. Austin's able to reset. He's going to get one try, I think, at this.
He still has both laps to complete.
Got to be careful there. Almost spun the car out. Oh, so close to that outside wall. Cross the line that time. Yeah, no lap time yet for Austin. That time counted 11:64, good for 10th quick. 15 cars have taken a time, so like I said, a couple more did end up trickling in. See, just about 2 minutes left here in qualifying, but all the drivers up to this point have taken a time. We'll have a couple of heats here coming up as well. Do want to mention Admin Box tonight. They are our B main sponsor. I'm not sure we'll even have a B main because of only 15 drivers are in here, but do want to give them some credit. Admin Box is built by iRacers for iRacers with the goal of making race control as easy as possible. Use the code RPE-sports-box to save 10% when you order with Admin Box. Visit www.adminbox.com/# to see how they can help you today. Well, Tim, anybody there in qualifying surprise you with what you see as far as qualifying times?
Yeah, I'm not sure to be too shocked, or I don't know what I am right now. I mean, a lot of these guys during the practice seems like they got faster race sets than they do qualifying sets, but that could just be the way the track has played its toll on these cars.
Yeah, I completely agree with you here. The cushion was very, very tight to run there in qualifying. The first heat race, these drivers are already gridding up. We'll take a look at the starting lineup here. Row number 1 is going to be Caden Berry and Cole DeWeese. Quite a lot of firepower there in row number 1. Row 2 is going to be Matt Grimm and Ian Humphreys. Row number 3 is going to be Kyle Vaughn and Benjamin Wirt. Row number 4 is going to be Flying Fred and Robert Puckett. And as tight and as small of the racetrack this is, these laps are going to click by in a hurry with these 360 sprint cars.
Also, the banking is awesome in this track. I swear it looks flat for the bottom, but I swear it is an inverted banking on the inside line.
Yeah, it is very interesting because, you know, as a driver, you can run the bottom. You've got to be very disciplined down there, but it's really fun to get up close to the wall and run that cushion, but you got to be oh so careful to not make contact with the wall. Green flag goes in the air, and we are racing here in heat number 1 tonight. Barry is going to take the bottom. Cole DeWeese is going to work around the outside. See if he can make up any time on the top. Barry's going to lead the first lap of the heat. Side-by-side battling for second. Matt Grimm, Cole DeWeese. The bottom prevailed through 1 and 2 that time for Matt. Let's see out of turn 4. Matt is getting a little better through the center of the corners than Cole, but Cole's getting that massive run on the outside. I'll tell you, and Caden's been very disciplined. And Tim and I were talking before the broadcast, you know, he's one that likes to run the bottom part of the racetrack. He's doing that right here and trying to stretch that advantage over second. And they're still battling hard for second place. Matt Grimm, Cole DeWeese have been side by side. Now 5 down, 3 to go. Now DeWeese going to prevail on the outside for second. Quick check back up front with Caden all the way down near the tires through 3 and 4. White flag goes in the air one more time around in heat 1. Side by side for second still out of turn number 2. Digging on the bottom out of 4. Caden Berry wins heat 1. Matt Grimm is just going to squeak ahead of Cole DeWeese for second. Kyle Vaughn 4th, Ian Humphreys 5th, Benjamin Wirt 6th, Flying Fred's going to be 7th, Robert Puckett in 8th there in heat 1. Heat race number 2 is gridding up right now. Row number 1 is going to be Paul Heward and Joshua Pickle. Row 2 is going to be Brady Beavers and Austin Hickman. Row number 3 is going to be Austin Motley and Ty Williams. Row number 4 is going to be James Rooney and Bud Molyneux. See, Paul Heward's had some speed in that race car here tonight, Tim, so good starting position here in this second heat race. Tim, would you like to bring us to the green flag here to start heat number 2?
I certainly would. I'll do the job. Paul Heward's gonna lead the field at a 35-mile-an-hour pace through 3, through 4, as he launches. But so does Joshua. Holy. What a launch on that outside. Battle for first, battle for 4th. On back. Crossover for the lead. Big contact. Joshua Pickle takes over. All the cars trying to avoid the contact that was made between your leaders. Even more contact in the back. They're stuck together. They're flipping.
One's over. That's Ty Williams. He's going to have to tow that car. Remember,
they stay green.
They don't throw yellow flags unless it's the feature race, so we will stay green. And what a battle up front here. Now a 3-way battle. Joshua Pickle, Paul Heward, Brady Beavers all together, all running the bottom part of the racetrack. Who's going to prevail? Heward with a nice run out of turn number 4, challenging Pickle for the lead. Oh, Heward's trying to get the outside to work, and he's going to be ahead by a nose at the line. Uh-oh, Brady Beavers contact with Joshua Pickle. That's going to deter his run and slide. He's going to slide back to 4th. Hickman now moves up to 3rd. 2 laps to go for Paul Heward in the 31. Down to the inside, slides that car up on exit. White flag goes in the air. Joshua Pickle have anything for Paul? Into 3 and 4. Paul's going to run the bottom. Josh going to take the high side. to the checkered flag. Paul Heward into the wall and across the line to win Heat 2. Joshua Pickle second, Austin Hickman third, Brady Beavers fourth, James Rooney fifth, Bud Molyneux sixth, Austin Motley seventh, and Ty Williams going to finish eighth. All right. Like I said, I did want to mention Admin Box. We're not going to need a B main tonight, but of course, credit to them for sponsoring that B main if we need it. Warm-up session starting for these drivers. Here, before we get the A main started, a quick 5-minute warm-up session. And I can't say enough, but those heat races went by in a flash.
They certainly did. I was a bit shocked to see how, or not how, but where everyone ran during those heats. Cole DeWeese was mainly the only one that I seen throughout the heats run up next to the wall.
Yeah, absolutely. He was the only one. Everybody else liked the lower line. I just got word from Race Control. They're going to run all of this warm-up session and let these drivers work this track in just a little bit more before we take the green flag in our feature. Kyle Vaughn, so far fastest as of right now in this warm-up session at an 11.80. Caden Berry sitting in third right now. Flying Fred fourth. Matt Grimm. Now Benjamin Ware just popped into the top 5 at a 12.04. As always, we appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight on the Buckeye Racing Network to watch our presentation of the A to Z Veterans Woodworking 360 Sprint Cars here by Reigel Promotions Esports. This is round 8 of the Spring Rush, and also want to mention right after this, Reigel Promotions is putting on an event that's called the Spring Fever. That's going to be with the Dirt 358 and Big Block Modifieds. That's going to be live on Ultimate Dirt TV. They're going to start, I think the broadcast will be live about 20 minutes after 10 o'clock, so much more dirt racing here tonight from Reigel Promotions Esports, so check out Ultimate Dirt TV for that event coming up after the conclusion of our 360 Sprint Car A main.
As we start to wind down this warm-up, I gotta ask you, what are you gonna put your money on?
You know, maybe an underdog. You know, Paul, I'm gonna go with the 31 machine, Paul Heward. Showing some speed tonight, was able to navigate his way to a heat victory in the second heat. How about you, Tim?
I'm gonna pick the number 2 machine of Cole DeWeese.
Yeah, and honestly, I think we're going to see what is going to prevail going forward, whether it's going to be the low line or running up near the wall on that cushion. But definitely drivers to watch. Caden Berry in the 12, Cole DeWeese in the 2. For sure, I'd say those would probably be the top 2 picks coming into tonight. Well, we've seen Joshua Pickle. He had some success there in his heat, coming home second, heat race 2. So another one to keep an eye on. And who knows, Tim? We might have a hard charger all the way, you know, starting somewhere towards the back that gets a top 3 finish. We never know.
That's certainly true. We've seen a few people climb all the way from the back to the front.
Yeah, absolutely. And our warm-up session comes to a close. And it is time to look at the starting lineup for the A main. Row number 1, remember the top 6 is inverted here. Row number 1 is going to be Austin Hickman and Cole DeWeese. Row 2 is going to be Joshua Pickle and Matt Grimm. Row 3 is going to be Paul Heward and Caden Berry. Row 4 is going to be Kyle Vaughn and Brady Beavers. Row 5 is going to be Ian Humphreys and James Rooney. Row 6 is going to be Benjamin Wirt and Bud Molyneux. Row 7 is going to be Flying Fred and Austin Motley. And the 8th and final row tonight is going to be Robert Puckett and Ty Williams. .30 laps of distance for these drivers. Austin Hickman and Cole DeWeese in the catbird seat. One driver moving already. That's the 16 machine of Benjamin Wirt. He's going to pull it to the inside. Maybe wait till we start rolling here. .30 laps is quite a while if we happen to go green the entire way. You never know, we just might. You know, you think, you know, as well, a lot of these shorter tracks are usually pretty tight, but one thing about Fairbury is the corners are wide, so it gives drivers enough room. If you planned it right, you could go 4 wide in these sprint cars in either 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. The field bunches up 2 by 2. Pace truck's already peeled off. Green flag goes in the air, and we're ready to rock and roll for 30 laps. Cole DeWeese up on the outside. He's going to get the big run out of turn 2. He's going to take the race lead into turn 3, but Hickman's going to battle hard back on the inside. The top line's going to prevail. Cole DeWeese out front. Matt Grimm's trying to follow him through on the outside and does. He goes to second. Joshua Pickle bangs into the outside wall there into turn 3. His car may have an issue. Keep an eye on him here real quick. He does gather it back in and gets back going, but struggling. Caden Berry looking to the inside of third place Austin Hickman.
Yeah, Caden Berry was running the high side. That car that was up front, that got in the wall, he avoided it and got right down to the bottom and was able to pass a group of cars.
I'll tell you what, I don't think Caden Berry could get any lower. He is determined down on the inside part of the speedway and making good lap time doing it. Cole DeWeese letting that thing hang out around the cushion on the outside. Slide back first through fourth, all single file. Paul Heward's here in fifth. Brady Beavers, Kyle Vaughn battling for sixth. They're side by side. Beavers going to throw a bit of a slider here through 3 and 4. Not able to complete that pass this time out of 4. There is contact just behind these guys. The 33 is around. I believe that's going to bring the yellow flag out. See if we can take a look at exactly what happened there. I think that's just a product of really close, hard racing. See, out of turn 4, Pickle makes contact with the 0-1 machine of Ty Williams. They both go down to the inside, still making contact. Austin Motley was already committed on the bottom. He hits Pickle in the tail tank, spins him around, brings out the yellow flag for our first caution of the evening. I don't think you can count anybody out here in the top 5. The bottom line, if you're able to nail it, is just as quick as running that outside line.
Yeah, Caden Barry couldn't get any lower, as you said. It's almost like he's practically going 5 mile an hour around the center of the turn. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's so hard to believe. You wouldn't think it by the eye, but the lap times, he's not any slower than what Cole DeWeese was running, carrying all that momentum around the outside part of the racetrack. They go 2 by 2 by 2 here. Cole on the inside, he accelerates. Green flag goes back in the air. He's going to go right back to the top. But I'm telling you, be careful. Caden Barry's going to be rolling that inside line, and he's already taken the race lead for a moment there through 3 and 4 with a bit of an issue just behind these drivers. Bringing out the second caution of the night. Let's see if we can take a look. Maybe in the area of Kyle Vaughn and Ty Williams. Let's see, Vaughn gets into turn 3. Ty Williams carrying a little bit more momentum. I'm not sure if Vaughn even knew he was down there. They make contact, both cars spin around, kind of get locked together there. I think the front nose wing got knocked off of Ty Williams. He's probably going to have to bring that car into the pit lane. He's going to lose a lot of front downforce without it. It's interesting here as well, will we see any other drivers, whether it's Matt Grimm or Cole DeWeese, try to cover that bottom, because they were able to see Caden down on that inside, but at the same time, their car may not be set up to run that low. Deciding to go single file here for this next restart. DeWeese fires. We're back underway. And as soon as I say that, look at where Caden Barry is now. Around the outside, he's moved up from the inside. Matt Grimm working a similar line down there on the bottom. But he's going to lose that position to Caden as he's carrying that momentum around the outside. Barry right on the tail tank of Cole DeWeese. What a battle we are going to have here for the top spot. Single file as far as the eye can see, and yellow flag in the air. I think Robert Puckett had a bit of an issue towards the tail of the field here in the number 30 machine. We'll keep an eye on him. A couple of cars. Oh, I don't know. My goodness, that was a violent crash for Robert, as that car hit into the outside wall and he had to tow to the pit lane. Going to have some damage to repair on that machine for sure.
Oh.
Field going to go 2 by 2. DeWeese on the inside. Barry on the outside. Row 2's Matt Grimm and Austin Hickman. DeWeese fires. We're back underway. DeWeese going to let that car slide up. Barry's going to have the run. He's going to turn underneath Cole into turn 3. Barry drives it in, slides that car up, and he takes the race lead here with 17 laps to go. Matt Grimm in third. Fourth's going to be Austin Hickman. A couple cars together. More contact a little further behind. I think that was Paul Heward, but they gather it in, and they're still going. But back up front, Cole DeWeese. Big slider potentially here through 3 and 4. Cole DeWeese to the race lead for a moment. Caden Barry with a crossover down the front straightaway, and Matt Grimm is throwing it his hat into the mix here as well. He wants a piece of the action. Look at how thin that cushion is here at Fairbury. It is razor thin, and these drivers have to hit their marks exactly. And you see a couple of them banging off the wall. Cole hitting the wall a little bit there out of turn 4. Barry's trying to be smooth and widen that advantage out to 0.4 of a second already here with now 12 laps to go. Our top 3 is single file. We'll check on the battle for 4th. Brady Beavers and Austin Hickman is side by side with Flying Fred right there. Oh, Brady Beavers in the wall and up and over. The top wing is off of that race car, and that's going to bring our 4th caution of the night out for Brady, and he may have to tow. No, he is going to get back going, but he's definitely going to have to take that car into the pit lane for service. We'll get a quick replay of what happened to Brady. As we were watching him into turn 3, he was just running that razor thin cushion, makes contact with that concrete wall. Car goes, he rides the wall for a little bit there, out of 4, and it goes up and over there, and Brady goes for a wild ride in the 461 machine. Pace truck's going to peel off. Still going to be 2 by 2. Caden Berry elects the inside. Cole DeWeese going to be on the outside. Row 2, Matt Grimm and Austin Hickman. Berry fires. Cole DeWeese level with him into turn 1. Berry's going to slide up. Yellow flag back in the air. I think we may have had another issue towards the back. Keep an eye on the 30 machine. Uh-oh, a couple cars. Rooney and Ian Humphreys had an issue before we took the green, and Robert Puckett got sideways and spun, and that brought the yellow flag out instantly there. Unfortunate for Puckett. He looked like he got the worst of that. Already 9 laps to go. We were within 10 to go, so from here on out we will have single file restarts. Barry fires. Cole DeWeese is right there behind him. They couldn't get much closer. DeWeese into the outside wall some more. That opens up a little bit of advantage for Caden Berry. Matt Grimm's going to be second. The battle is on. Kyle Vaughn and Austin Hickman with contact. Hickman gathers it back in, but some cars are playing bumper cars at the moment. They gather it back in. 7 laps to go. Cole DeWeese trying to work the bottom, almost spins that race car out. That allows Matt Grimm to move by on the outside. Race leader Caden Berry up over a second advantage over Matt Grimm. Grimm's trying to do everything he can to reel Caden back in here. Only has 5 laps to do it. Single file unless we get back around 10th or 12th. They were side by side, but they've settled it out. I tell you, Grimm has chopped off a little bit of an advantage that Caden has enjoyed the past few laps. Uh-oh. Yellow flag in the closing stages. Oh. Be careful. Almost contact. That's Paul Heward and Matt Grimm. Let's see exactly what happened. It may have started in the neighborhood of Brady Beavers here. He was on the inside of Paul Heward. Austin Motley got into the outside wall. He clips a car. Brady Beavers couldn't check up fast enough, neither could Paul Heward, so 4 cars involved in that accident on the front straightaway. My goodness. And if things couldn't get any more exciting here tonight at Fairbury, we're going to have a late race restart here. And if you're Caden Berry or Matt Grimm, where are you going to run? You know, how are you? You know, Caden Berry's got to think how not to hit the wall on the outside. Matt Grimm's got to get up enough momentum to try to make the move. High-speed game of chess here as we're about to go back underway. Berry accelerates. 3 laps to go. Grimm turns it underneath just a little bit, but nothing doing there out of turn 2 and some contact. Berry was smooth that time through 3 and 4, now 2 laps to go. Cole DeWeese banging into the wall. They're battling for third. That's Kyle Vaughn on his inside now. White flag goes in the air. One more time around. Matt Grimm is maybe within striking distance. He's going to turn it underneath, gets a big run. Caden Berry's going to throw a defensive line into 3 and out of turn 4 and to the line. Caden Berry takes the checkered flag here tonight at Fairbury. Matt Grimm's going to bring it home in second, and Kyle Vaughn going to bring it home in third. Was able to get past Cole DeWeese coming to the line. Cole DeWeese going to be 4th. Wow, you know, if Caden Berry doesn't throw that defensive line through 3 and 4 there, Matt Grimm was going to drive it in as hard as possible. Top 3 there, stopping for a picture on the front straightaway. Let's look at the final results here tonight. We already talked about our top 4. 5th's going to go to Flying Fred. 6th is going to go to James Rooney. 7th to Benjamin Wirt. 8th to Austin Hickman. 9th to Joshua Pickle. 10th to Ian Humphreys. 11th to Austin Motley. 12th to Ty Williams. 13th to Bud Molyneux. 14th to Paul Heward. 15th to Brady Beavers. And 16th to Robert Puckett. Our hard charger is going to go to Flying Fred. Up 8 spots. He finished 5th. 13th to 5th for Flying Fred here tonight. See if we can get a word in here with our top 3, and we'll try to kick it off with Kyle Vaughn. Hey, Kyle, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we got you.
We got
All right, man, you bring that car home in third. You battled Cole DeWeese there on that final restart. Tell us about it.
It's first night running for this league, and I had a blast, and I had an all right car. I don't like Fairbury that much, but I powered through, and after that caution, I made something happen.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now, into the night, would you rather have been up top, or would you rather have been wrapping the bottom?
I found the middle in warm ups, and I went 11-8, and I wished I stayed because I think I would have had something for me. I hate running the top here. I was trying to run that middle all race.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim, you have anything to ask Kyle?
Yeah, you started 7th. You found your way to the back of the pack about pretty early in the race, just about mid-race. You were able to work your way back up. How was the car feeling for you tonight?
I think it was all right. I didn't have a car to challenge those Caden or Matt. Those guys are in a league of their own. But I think I had a top 5 car, and I was kind of surprised I got by Cole there.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, before we happen to let you go here tonight, Kyle, who would you like to thank?
I gotta thank House of Speed and Taylor over at 25 Enterprises for supporting me, and can't wait to be back next week.
Absolutely. Glad to hear it. Well, we'll let you celebrate your 3rd place finish.
Thank you.
That was Kyle Vaughn, our 3rd place finisher. First night running here with us, so good opening night for Kyle. Matt Grimm, Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got
All right, man. You bring that thing home in seconds. You ran in the top 3 all feature long. We seen you run down low. We seen you run up high. What felt better to you tonight?
I always like running high, but yeah, I seen Caden on the bottom there, so then I switched to the bottom, and I guess the track changed while we were under caution somehow, so that was cool. So then Caden got by and ended up kind of stuck behind Cole there for a little while, and then on that one restart, for some reason, iRacing had me starting fourth instead of third, even though I was scored in third. So then I fell way behind, but luckily I found something on the top. Just sucks that last caution came out, or we'd have had it.
Yeah, I know. It looked like you had enough of a run on the final lap, and Caden just threw that defensive line through 3 and 4.
Yeah, I didn't know. I figured he would do that, but I don't know. It was worth a shot. I don't know if I'd have been able to get around him if I ran the top or not. But I had to throw it in there. I was hoping that if he ran the top, I'd just scare him enough to mess up. He doesn't seem to like when people throw sliders on him.
All right, Matt. Well, you finished second. Congratulations on that. Before we let you go, who would you like to thank?
Oh, just thanks to you guys for putting this on. Everyone in the league, everyone comes out and runs broadcast. Everyone on the car and whoever I got now. Keep digging. Tight Lines Apparel is on there still, but yeah, just thanks to everybody who puts us on every week.
All righty, man. We'll let you celebrate that second place finish.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it was our second place finisher, Matt Grimm. Now we'll move on to tonight's race winner, Mr. Caden Berry. Hey, Caden, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, man. Well, you bring it home in victory lane once again. You go from 6th to 1st in the feature. You ran down low, made that car work wonders down low, had to run up top some and made it work there as well. Tell us about it.
Oh yeah, I just had to run the bottom in the beginning. I mean, there was still some pretty good moisture down there, but I just felt it every lap kind of going away. But also ran the bottom, kind of just save the tires because once they get a little hot, and they'll start burning out. So I just had to be easing on the throttle down there to obviously just keep my tires cool, and just had to go to the top where it was fast at the end there, and got around Cole and Matt there around the outside, and just held my line up there and ran consistently every lap around the top, and got it done.
Absolutely. Tim, you have anything to ask Caden?
Yeah, lap 2, going through 1 and 2, you found yourself 3 wide all the way around the outside. You had a huge scare with Joshua Pickle. You're able to cross over both of the cars that uh, moved up the track. What are your thoughts on the little scare there?
Oh, the three wide is, obviously pretty cool, and obviously more cool, to get all of those guys there through the middle. Just kind of had to drive in hard up on the top and then dive right down in the moisture where they weren't. They were just spinning the tire up there, so kind of came in my favor. But just when you got 30 laps and you start P6, and you got, like I said, you got 30 laps around a small bull ring here. You can't waste no time. You got to be up on the wheel and be very aggressive. And once I seen my opening there, I had to go for it, and just went and took off and never looked back.
For sure. Well, before we let you go, Caden, who would you like to thank?
I just gotta thank God and just gotta give all glory to Him, because without Him I couldn't do it. Yeah. I also gotta thank my mom and dad, my nana and grandpa, my grandmother Cece, my Grammy Ryder, and TJ also out there for watching. And gotta thank all my 2024 sponsors: Granite State Blacktoppers, Keep Digging Apparel, Enos Construction, Juice Powder Coating, ZMAX, Driven to Save Lives, Victory Fuel, Turn One Graphics, Ryder Family Sawmill, John Barry's Legacy Racing, and also gonna thank Team Lyobe, Cataclysm Computers, King Race Design, Speed Factory, LCG Carpentry, and Stingray Rock Tools Australia. And gotta really thank you guys for putting it on. I appreciate it.
All right, Caden, congratulations on your win again here tonight. We'll let you celebrate it.
Thank you.
That was your race winner, Mr. Caden Berry. Well, Tim, as we wrap up the race here tonight, Caden Berry brings home another win in the series. What are your closing thoughts?
Action-packed race. Just I don't know. I didn't know what line was gonna work. Both lines ended up working. 3 lines worked as well. The middle. Uh, just awesome track.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome race.
Definitely myself enjoyed Fairbury American Legion Speedway here tonight in these sprint cars. Upcoming for Regal Promotions Esports, next Monday on the 29th, we're going to be at Weedsport Speedway as the spring rush continues, and they're going to be racing 30 laps in the Empire State. A couple other events upcoming for Regal Promotions. Monday, May the 20th, it's going to be at Eldora Speedway in the 360 sprint cars, and the spring rush champion will be crowned at the world's greatest dirt track in a 40-lap double point event. That's not all, though. The feature winner will have a guaranteed feature starting spot in the King's Clash. That event's going to be on July the 16th. Tuesday, May the 28th, it's going to be at Charlotte Motor Speedway with the NASCAR Xfinity Series in the Victory Fuel 125, 84 laps. Minimum $40 top 5 payout based on percentages, and you can register now for just $5 at regalpromotions.com. And as I mentioned just a second ago, Monday, July 15th, Tuesday, July 16th is going to be at Eldora Speedway. Monday's event's going to be the Sovereign Showdown. That's going to be 30 laps, $80 top 5 payout, and that's a free event if you're registered for the King's Clash. Tuesday is going to be the King's Clash, 40 laps, $200 to win, and $20 to start. You can register for that as well at regalpromotions.com. A couple interesting other notes real quick before we sign off here tonight. There's going to be 2 King's Clash qualifier races. The first one's going to be the Spring Rush Championship night on May 20th, the winner of that event, and the first non-qualifier in the School of Sim Racing Classic on May 1st. The recipients of those spots will gain free entry for the week, and if they are not able to transfer through their heat race or consolation, they will start in 23rd and 24th in the King's Clash feature event. Tomorrow night, we're going to be back live here on the Buckeye Racing Network. We got the short track Rivals Racing 358 Modified Division, and on Thursday night, their Pro Late Model Division. Both of those events will be live at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's going to wrap it up for us here tonight. From Fairbury, for Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. Good night.